It's really weird though, because like he wants to be this thing and he just can't be because like he's so beholden to something that we don't fully understand yet, whether that's some kind of monetary interest, whether that's some kind of like money that the city set aside. I just don't know.
Feels like it's the police. I don't know that that's fair, but that's really what it always.
But that's the thing, right? Like if you control the cops, you control the future.
Yeah. Some sort of dark magic wizard that animates mannequins.
You gotta pay the troll toll to get in.
Radio, welcome back to the Trollhole Podcast, where we trash the trolls so you don't have to reach in, pull it out, hotboard the troller holster because we're taking a ride to the spit pit. I'm one of your hosts. Oh, I'm tall, I'm pale. My barber asked me why I wanted a rat tail. It's me, Mike Lester. With me as always, co-host with the most, butter to my toast. He'll sing for his mommy. He'll swing his salami. It's Ben Katzner.
I will not sing for my mommy. We've talked about it ad nauseum on here. I don't think I'm going to be singing for my mommy. Okay, I don't think so.
We're doing a duet, brother.
Topless mud wrestling, maybe.
Yeah.
Singing, absolutely not.
Someone is going to blow an ACL at that event.
Everybody is going to blow an ACL.
Both of mine are going.
Love that for you.
I'm going to have to crawl out of there.
Yeah, just referencing the thing. You don't know. Listen back to our past episodes. You don't want to know what's happening.
Listen back to the last one.
Yeah, there you go. How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing very good. I'd like to thank everyone that is watching or listening right now and remind them, if you are not yet, to subscribe to our YouTube, follow us wherever you get your podcasts, and if you like the main feed, you'll love the paywall feed. Join our Patreon today at Trollhole Podcast for all those things. Go get them. Lick it up. Slurp it up.
New tagline just dropped, huh?
Lick
it up, slurp it up is crazy. Mike, who do we have with us today?
Our guest today, we couldn't be more excited to have this guy on right now. He is a DJ. He is a boots on the ground citizen journalist. We are a huge fan of his. He is a top guy on Blue Sky. Please welcome to the program. Welcome to the Hellwell, Karl Folk. Welcome in, Karl. Yeah. Welcome in.
Hi, y'all. How are y'all doing?
Doing great.
Good,
Thank
man.
you so much for being here. We appreciate you.
Anything eventful happened to you yesterday?
What's going on with you, pal?
I got a taser pulled on me by a guy who wouldn't tell me his name wearing federal gear yesterday.
That was just Mike, actually. That was just Mike and federal drag.
That was me coming out of the barber.
I knew that mustache and beard looked familiar.
Yeah.
You know, like
that's the rat tail that tried to kill me.
Don't start spreading that, Karl.
Hey, I know a rat tail when I see one. It's fine.
There's a reason I couldn't go out in 2020, man. It's like I look like a Wisconsin insurrectionist.
We're 2019, 2018, 2017. You know, it's been a rough.
Careful. Yeah.
You always have to have the right group of people around you to make sure.
I gotta go in groups.
If there's another rat tail with you, you're like, hey, one of us has to leave. We can't both be here.
We have to tie these together. One of us has to go.
It's a lot of power.
We have to form a rat king, or one of us has to go. Speaking of kings, with us as always, the producer, the man that makes it happen, producer Neil. Neil,
good to be here, guys.
What's up, Neil?
Just doing the thing. I'm glad we got to bring in Karl. I'm excited for the interview today.
Yeah. Neil, we got to talk to you later about this wedding story you told me last
Oh
week.
yeah, dude, the worst wedding intro I've had in a long time. It was bad.
Give him a taste, Neil. What happened? Just tell him what happened, like technically on your end.
So when a ceremony at a wedding happens, as a DJ, you only need to do one thing and is have 3 songs play right. Yeah. When that doesn't happen, it's not a good day. So.
Well, what happened?
Well, the gear broke. So as the lady's walking down the aisle, the song is skipping, and then it literally just completely stopped as the lady's walking down the aisle.
Awesome.
And I'm like, it's not my fault. It's company shitty gear's fault. But you can't tell that to her. You're not gonna be like, yeah, you hired a shitty company, dude.
What was the song?
Some acoustic-y song. I don't know.
Like a Beatles song?
Actually, so the Beatles song. So yeah, Here Comes the Sun was supposed to be the song before for her
How do
husband.
you know that? Did you just know that? That's crazy.
It's white people stuff.
It's
It's
very
fine. It's
white.
fine. It's fine. It's
He's-
the Beatles come in and things
he,
happen.
He said white person and acoustic. I just immediately to Beatles.
Literally, the
three
song
directions.
before was "Here Comes the Sun." So and
Three
that one
directions.
fucked up too, to be honest.
That's awesome.
But I'm really good at it. I ran in during the wedding and grabbed a new piece of gear. So when they walked off, the song sounded good. And then they loved me after that. So it was good. But
Yeah, man. You're a hard worker.
I try.
Yep.
Thank you.
No raises.
No
Anyways,
raises.
man, what's going on with you, man?
Well, you know, I was just at a wedding and the DJ fucked up my song. And, so I maced his ass. I fucking tased him, maced him. No, man, I'm chilling. I'm glad to be. I'm excited to also talk to Karl. You've had the most eventful couple days out of all of us, so I feel like we might as well just talk to you right away.
It's been a week of a what is it, Wednesday? Yeah, it's a week of 3 days. So yeah, we're here.
What caused this event?
Hold
Karl?
on,
What was
hold
going
on, hold
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
we got
We
three
gotta do
hosts,
our-
and
we gotta do
we
our
have a
first
structure.
seg.
Don't
Then we'll
fucking
get
jump
into
in
it.
here.
You are
All
right.
right, I get it.
I was
No, I
very
want to
fast.
talk to him too. We haven't had a guest on the pod in a little bit, and I can feel that we're a little.
I've been doing my other pod. I'm feeling interview.
I'm here for it.
I'm done.
I like this energy. I'm here for it.
No, we're gonna get shit on because we stopped Neil from being Neil. I
can cut that out.
But at
They
the same,
love Neil.
this is really Neil's podcast, but like,
Yeah.
we like to exert our force where we can, which is a great theme for. But
That's the theme of the
let's start where we usually start when we have a guest. Mike, did anyone say anything weird to you this week?
Yes, my mom over the phone regaled me with a tale that happened last week to her. So she is basically like a live-in nurse for her 89-year-old friend Pearl.
Okay.
Now, Pearl is going deaf. My mom, she is a senior herself. She's 70 years old. She is working through mental health stuff. She has spent way too much time with Pearl because apparently Pearl's hearing aids went out last week, and my mom stood behind her while she was screaming and literally said, "Shut up, you old bitch," as loud as she could. And she's like, "What are the next steps?" I'm like, "You need to leave that. You need to get away from Pearl."
What are the next steps?
You kill her. The next steps.
What are the next steps?
She's like, "Where do we?" I'm like, "She didn't hear you, so the next step is just don't do it in front of her."
Asking so earnestly. So I've been yelling, "Shut up, you old bitch," behind her back. Is there something else I can do just so we can connect better? Is that like a
Go home, go to therapy weekly,
Can I?
work on it.
I want to say
Yeah.
it's kind of adorable that toxic friendships exist at that age. Still, I kind of like that.
They're only toxic.
Yeah.
They're only
I like
toxic
that.
at that age.
That's like really cute. Where
They
it's
have
just like,
nowhere to go. They're
Yeah.
on a decommissioned Siberian horse ranch in rural Minnesota. There's no one else. There's no one else besides Pearl fucking taking a blow dryer to her ears thinking that'll cure her eardrum. Like, it's nuts, dude.
Yeah, that's just fun for them. I think that's a good reality show or like a
I
sitcom.
think that's a good Patreon vlog. Neil and
Yeah.
I go down there.
Oh, you're bringing Neil into it.
Do it.
Now, yeah, Neil, you get to be a part of that. That's great. Congrats.
I can bring the mics and my phone.
Yeah. Just just documenting abuse between.
You'll just hear like, "Shut the fuck up," then what? I said the beans are done.
I don't have to hear you to know when to duck. That's what I would say. That's just so funny. How do they get connected? Do you know?
I have no fucking idea.
Mike's mom, write in. I know you watch. Write in. Let us know how you and Pearl got connected.
Oh, Wednesday I will be hearing
Okay,
about it.
okay.
I will, but we will know by next time.
Okay.
I can't wait.
I respect that.
Yeah.
That is fun.
Carl, your mom have any quirky friends ever?
Not my mom, but there are definitely some quirky friends in the mix for sure. And a couple of, there have been some good ones, but the amount of family friends who have driven through parts of their homes is actually quite shocking. So for me, that's kind of my metric, right? Like, how far have you driven your Cadillac into your living room, right? So
Yeah.
like, this is one of those things for me, and yeah, there are a few.
Yeah.
There are a couple.
That's a good hinge question. I think. It's like,
I think
how
if
many
you-
times have you had to remodel your living room because you were drunk on a Tuesday?
You've never
Exactly.
tasted your own siding through a windshield? Incompatible.
Exactly. Does your horn work against good siding?
All valid question.
Yes.
Hell yeah. That's a fun.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I like your mom and Pearl just kind of chugging along.
Yeah, they're gonna chug until something happens. They're gonna chug until there's an incident.
Maybe they fall in love.
Well, with that being said, Ben, did anyone say anything to you this week? They fall in love.
I don't know. You know,
They
they're
could,
both
they might.
they're the only people that each other have. So it's like fucking maybe they fall in love.
I'd support it.
That would be my dream.
I think they're gonna marry their cocker spaniels together.
That is what conservatives are worried about. It's 100%. That is exactly what they are worried about.
Both boy dogs.
Yeah, what you just said is actually a perfect segue into my weird. I was on. What's he gonna say? I was on Instagram the other day, and someone I know who I like, and if they're not watching this, but just in case you are watching this, I do like you, and you're great, whatever. But they posted something that I genuinely was like, I think we've gone too far. They wish their dog a happy Pride. I was like, I don't think this is winning for us. I don't think this is what we wanted. I think you're just gonna get your dog hate crime by like your uncle. You know what I mean? Like, like that person's uncle just takes the dog out. And dog doesn't come back. Uncle comes back. Everyone's like, "Hey, where's the dog? What happened?" I'm like, well, got him watching Drag Race. Had to get rid of him. You know what I mean?
All dogs are bi, right?
Easily, no question. I've never met a straight dog.
No.
Like, and if they appear straight, it's because the owners are too straight. Like they don't know how to take care of their dog.
They
Like, oh,
kick
that dog
them.
looks straight because
Yeah.
you're bad at what you do.
Yeah, they're afraid.
A good dog is a little gay,
A good dog is gay and horny.
for sure. For sure, one of them. Probably both. I can't speak for all dogs. I don't own a dog. I know you a dog guy.
I mean, I don't have any, but I had them when I was
Yeah,
younger.
same.
And yeah, I mean, dogs do what they do, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think, I look at dogs where it's just kind of, oh, you're doing that. It's like, I don't really know what this is, but you're doing it, And for me, yeah, I kind of appreciate that about
feel
dogs.
like if we as human beings could lick our groins, we'd all be bi.
Yeah.
Neil's just nodding
Yeah.
in agreement.
Well,
A lot of leaps there. I'm
There are
not
a few
disagreeing.
steps. There are a few steps. I don't know if I'm going to disagree, but there are a few steps.
Yeah.
Because this comes up a lot in comedy, where it's like a
I
lot of
thought
guys.
you were gonna say on this podcast.
I mean,
if Mike
could, would
lick
you?
his-
dog
get used to
sex
the
comes up
taste.
a lot on the podcast. There's a lot of like guys in comedy who are like, if I could suck my own dick, I wouldn't need to be married right now or whatever. And it's like, I don't know. I think Aiden has a great joke about this.
yeah, he does.
Aiden McCluskey has a really good joke about sucking your own dick. It's just,
Tastes a lot more
it's
like.
I just realized I'm 37, and I just said that Aiden has a great joke about sucking his own dick.
We'll play that clip right here.
Cut it out. But it's a really good joke. But it's at the same time, it's like, yeah, you're getting your dick sucked, but like you're sucking your own dick. You know what I mean? Like, is that what you want to do? You want to spend your time sucking your own dick? I don't know. That's a lot more work than just this. I feel like a lot. I thought a lot more would be on board.
It just feels very circular.
Yeah,
to
what's
me,
a
right? Like it just feels
Ouroboros,
very
or
circular.
What's the snake thing called?
Yeah, Ouroboros.
Ouroboros.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
It feels very much like that. This is yeah, I don't think that would be good for us as a species. I don't know if we go to space.
Yeah.
Like, do we get off
I don't
the
know
planet?
if we see the sun ever
Yeah,
again.
exactly. Like,
Except when we're rolling up, you're like, oh, there it is.
That's a great premise.
do we
have
get off the
nothing.
planet ever again? Do we see the stars ever again? Like, there are a lot of questions that
We
raises.
wouldn't have technology.
No.
That's a good
Mouth
spot.
masturbation is a bridge too far. I would agree with you.
I feel like it could just really slow us down as a species. Maybe
Yeah.
not bad, but it would slow us down.
Yeah, we might not have nuclear weapons.
We might not have Elon Musk. I mean,
Okay.
this could be a
I'm more of a suck my own dick.
Net positive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What were we
net
gonna say?
positives abound here. It's just we also may never ever do anything to advance
Right.
species
Yeah,
again.
Porn almost started that, but this would end it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't forward fold into sucking my own dick, but I think I could off the back.
You backbender!
That would be the scariest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Someone's spine snapping so they can just get back to their old dangle behind there. That's tough.
Isn't that like the premise of American Horror Story one season, essentially?
I
like,
think it's every
I feel
season.
like this is something that FX was
Every
involved
season.
with.
It's an undercurrent. for
Yeah,
sure.
and FX was involved.
Every
with it.
season, Carl, a bellhop tries to suck himself.
I believe that's actually
how it-
probably the premise,
That's how an
right?
angel gets their wings.
That's how you get
I've
out of
been
hell.
told that before. Yeah.
That's
be a
how
funny-
a demon becomes a saint.
That'd be a funny skit if, like, the whole world, everyone woke up one day and they all realized they could suck their own dick and just like go from there.
It's
Ooh.
It's the end of the world. I mean, that is literally that is the Christian apocalypse, right? Like that is the Christian apocalypse.
everybody
right there.
realizes they can suck their own dick except for one guy. So he runs outside and he's like, "Where's everybody? What's going on?" Yeah. Him, and I guess it would be just women.
It is like
Are they able
that.
to go down on themselves?
It's like that Twilight Zone episode, The Last Man on Earth.
Yeah, no, this is that. This is that. It's just much more complicated.
I would argue it's a good reboot for It's a Wonderful Life. I think
Oh,
that's
yeah.
pretty nice. You're like, oh, suck our own dicks out there.
I want to suck myself again.
Bring me back. I miss my wife. I want her to watch me suck myself. So yeah, that was.
Jimmy Stewart. I bet you had a hog. Carl, did anyone say
Oh,
anything?
Jimmy Stewart.
Carl,
That is a visual.
Carl, you went somewhere yesterday. Carl, explain to our viewers and us what happened yesterday in
Yeah.
South Minneapolis.
Yeah, so yesterday I was I got notified early on in the day that there were going to be some activities involving at the time what was just ice. And they were taking place off of Bloomington and Lake Street, kind of right next to Mercado Central. And when I found that out, a few other people I knew were kind of doing the same thing, so we all went down there, and then it turned out that there were a number of extremely well-armed federal forces, and no one knew exactly who they were. So it kind of went from there.
And they showed up in like military vehicles. The news portrayed them as like, oh, there's like army here, National Guard here.
Yeah, so it
That's how the mainstream
Yeah.
news portrayed it.
definitely wasn't National Guard, right?
Yeah.
So like they did show up in Bearcats. Yeah, yes, 100%. Not like they do, but not like that, right? Like it's a very different kind of like it's a very different kind of situation.
Yeah.
But yes, and like this was this really was different, right? Like I've been to a lot of things, including like the uprising in 2020 here, and I've seen a lot of different responses from whether it's like state or like local, all the way up to National Guard. And yes, some shiesty shit goes on, but it's definitely not the same kind. And this was way different. So like when I got there were already a number of people yelling at them, and they were surrounding the building. So like when you get to a building that is a business and it's the middle of a Tuesday morning in the rain, and there are guys with loaded long rifles that have internal suppressors and things like that, automatically things get a little weirder when they start walking out in mass from armored personnel carriers like Bearcats, things like that. It kind of changes from the normal, oh, this is some kind of action you have to like witness and people are going to protest, to, oh, these people are aggressive. They're showing up to terrorize and scare the community, not do the job that they're saying job.
And what did they say they were there to do? Because it's like the news report was like this small business is being investigated for money laundering, XYZ, but they can kind of give any excuse they want.
I mean, and that's the tough part.
Typically when you're invested for money laundering, a tank doesn't show up.
No, not at all. And like, it's so tough because the Minneapolis, both the mayor's office and the police lie at every turn about everything of this nature they can. And, yesterday, ICE was there. I mean, I have photos of ICE from very close. I was personally pushed by 2 or 3 different task force members, both from ATF and FBI, and then other members and of what's called Homeland Security Investigations, which is HSI. And so there were, everyone was down there. That I've never seen a federal warrant get executed where like you bring out most of a Marine squad and you have long rifles out and all this without it being some sort, some sort of like massive national story scale thing that you would see. And for them to be as aggressive as they were, where they were, I mean, they pushed people on the ground, they punched people, they bear maced all of us, even those of us who were doing journalist capacity stuff. And so this was different, right? And so they say it's for this warrant and for something that's non-immigration related.
Yeah.
But at the same time, what we saw was so close to what we've seen in every one of these ICE raids where you have massive militarized forces coming into a neighborhood and they may not get anyone, but the gauge isn't about necessarily getting people, it's about scaring everyone else.
Yes.
And so that's really what yesterday was. And like the mayor said one thing, the chief of police who I saw on the street escorting ICE out of the city, even though he said he didn't do that. It's the same bullshit as usual from the city. And so we don't know, right? We just don't know.
But when you were out there,
yeah,
especially being like a barrier between these people, being a hero.
No, but continue.
Did anyone say anything weird to you?
Oh yeah, I got told that I was gonna die alone by a guy with a long rifle and a face mask on. So but
you're like, but not today, right?
I mean,
not today.
That is always the first question. And to be fair, if you're in a crowd and they say you're gonna die alone, you got better chances, right? Like this is a better place to be. But it's when you're alone and they say that things get more wishy-washy. I've done this a few times with these guys.
Sure.
This was very much, they were there to do something and it was very, very blunt. It was they were very much like when, you'll hear people talk about how the military or whoever is kind of a blunt instrument. This was that, right? Like this, I think, is the logical thing that we've all seen from like 9/11 to now. If you're going to do war on terror, well, we're all terrorists now in Trump land. So like it makes some sense that we're going to be treated that way.
Yeah.
And for us, like, it's so hard because we're never probably going to know, was it actually ICE?
Right.
Was it actually some other action? They're going to say one thing. We know what we saw. We know what there's video of, what I have video of, what people have photos of. And like, it's one of those things. It's so tough because on some level, this is what we knew was coming at some level for people who do the work I've done, both as an anti-fascist researcher and both like as a sociologist. You kind of know what's coming with authoritarians. And so it's really hard when the general population doesn't understand that the terror is actually the goal. The arrests, the law and order bullshit, it's the same as it always was,
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
So, as a citizen journalist, as someone who's been doing this for like on the ground for a long time, doing a lot of different stuff, because we talk about social media a lot in here, and usually it's a very entertainment way. You use social media almost probably very different than pretty much everyone else we've ever had on this podcast, where it's like you really are using it to spread awareness, to be like, hey, like this is what's going on, and to connect with other people, like-minded people, right? Who can like maybe come down to something. You're like, hey, this is happening. You need to be there. Hey, I was on the street. This is what I saw. Can you talk to us a little bit about that aspect of like the social media aspect? Because you right now you use Blue Sky.
Yeah, I pretty much use that predominantly, right? And so for me, like I came from Twitter, and like you guys said originally, like I'm a musician. I came from making like hip hop and making really weird electronic music before like everyone was doing it. And that's great.
I think more white men should take your lead in hip hop and get out of it and get into helping others.
I agree with
that's a good idea.
100%.
Thank you for
I agree with you, right?
Like is at the next protest.
He's biracial, but he should also be at the protests. Sorry, go ahead.
I wanted
I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to argue, actually.
Well, I wanted to ask quickly, maybe you were getting to it anyways, but like what led you into this line of work? Is this something you always like were interested in? Is this something you studied in school? Did a parent, did a friend what inspired you to kind of commit your life to?
That's a really good question.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try and parcel this out.
Go ahead.
I came to this from the music side, not this work, but like the way I use the internet. I came from a background really promoting music and promoting art and promoting like the community that goes with that, right? And I did that around the music scene here, like in the hip hop side, and then kind of as the electronic scene was coming about here, I really wanted to be a part of that. So I did a lot of that. And then, I'm about your age as well. I'm 38. So for me, I got to that point
Cut
where
that up.
do it is probably better that way. And so for me, like I got to a point where I was like, fuck, music's really, really good for me. Like it's the thing that I do that I find like this resonance with and disappear into. That can be my own thing. I don't have to have that be my entire income, everything that goes with the music business, right? And so I went back to school. I'm a sociologist now, and for me, I came into it where like the internet was this awesome thing, like for music. Early on, I don't know how early y'all were on social media, but like that was really wild in the era where like you could be, oh, here's my mix, and then suddenly you've got like, whoever, whether it's some random person or someone where it's like, why the fuck is Roscoe listening to one of my songs right now and like posting edits on Twitter in 2010? That was a different era. And so for me, I really looked at it and said, well, if people need to know these things and this thing is happening in real time, why can't you bring those two worlds together? Because if I can bring, like, if you can use the same things that we do to promote music, to promote groups, to promote a podcast, why can't you do that for things that actually are helpful? And so for me, like, that was the first moment I had this, like, oh, we can do something totally different, but it's almost the same. And then that was kind of, to answer your question, like for me, I came from a background, I was raised by a professor and like a woman who taught me how to understand that there is actual right and wrong in this fucking world. And sometimes you actually have to like say this thing like, oh, that's fucked up. Don't do that.
Yeah.
And there are other times though where it's like, oh, that's fucked up, but that person has to do it to get past that thing and to really learn. And for me, I see what I do now as kind of the extension of that. We all have those like, oh shit, kind of bounces between things. But like in an environment like this, where we have an authoritarian government, where we have an increasingly messy social reality because we're all getting screwed financially and like through the social safety net, a bunch of things start happening, right? And for me, I came to this looking at it from Russia when Putin took over, and I said, well, why the fuck does this look so much like that now? And that's always a scary, when you're looking at authoritarians and you suddenly have well, that sounds really, shit, right? And it's like, for a long time, I think everyone really wanted what Trump is and what this thing is to be some like, oh, it's all Russia. Oh, it's all the exterior trying to attack us. The reality is, like, when it clicks, it clicks. And the reality is, this is what we've always been. We've been a white supremacist colonial empire, both internally and externally, for our entire life. And so if you have a white power state and you have all these other things, well, then you're going to get a fascist dictatorship once they figure out that we know they know. And we figured it out, right? Like, this room probably is one of the most well-educated generations, represents most well-educated generation in the history of the world in this country. You know how scary that is? No, like seriously, because you know what? The reality is, look at it. We're four dudes sitting in a room. We can make jokes all day, but we also know the other side of it. And that is incredibly powerful because this is a normal conversation in this country now. 20 years ago, if we had done this, some dude would have kicked down the door and told us we were terrorists and George Bush hated us. Like, that's just the reality. So as weird as things are, as fascist as things are, we've also grown into this like group that's down to fucking get weird.
Sure.
and do this, and that's awesome. That means we're actually going to do something, but it's also like people have to learn, and that's going to come from places where they're not going to be. People aren't going to do what I do, right? Like most people aren't going to go and say, I'm going to go put on a bulletproof vest. I'm going to go put on a tear gas, a kit for my tear gas. I'm going to put on a tourniquet so if someone gets shot, I can stop them from bleeding to death. And I'm going to go out and deal with American police. Like that's a weird place to be.
It's admirable that you shift, you like use your art and shift it into like community activism. So I think I won't speak for anybody else in here, but I know as a comedian, it feels like I've said this before. It's like it feels like one of the most selfish like professions you could possibly enter, where it's just like, yeah, I want to be on stage, I want to talk, nobody else. I'm right. If you talk to me, I get you kicked out, whatever, and then I go home, and it's like there has to be. It's nice when people are able to turn this or what you do or what anybody does in the arts into like community activism and like actual community. I love it.
Oh, dude, I mean, you are legit like one of the few walking the walk right now. And you talk about that a lot on Blue Sky about like how this is only going to get worse if people just continue to sit there.
Well, it's so tough. Like, history's a motherfucker because people have already written it, right? So, like, all you have to do is read it. And then you get a pretty good view
that's where
on
I'm out. I can't do that.
But that literally is 90% of it. 90% of the U.S. is, wait, does that have pictures involved? And then they walk away. And that literally is the problem, right? Is like our country got fucked up to the point where people literally got told if you're educated, you're against your own interest.
If we could put history, like all of history, on TikTok, I think we could save the United States. I genuinely think that we could. And this is where slavery started to happen. And it's actually still going on, but you don't realize it.
Oh, literally, though, that's actually kind of the thing that got me to where it's like Twitter's actually more powerful than a lot of, like when Twitter was prior
like the main news source
prior to fucking Musk taking it over and turning it into a Nazi warehouse. Like,
yes.
Like it actually was useful.
Hey, what do you want to do today? I want to go down to a Nazi warehouse. I think we need a little Nazi for the
literally. Oh, they're selling. They have armbands on sale this week. Like it's like
the sales associate goose stepped to me and showed me.
Welcome to Nazi warehouse. What do you need?
It was a very nice heel click. It was a very nice heel click when he showed up. It was very nice. Very tasteful. No, it's really tough because like people think that what activism is some like super, sober, like, oh, we're gonna be serious people doing serious thing. And yeah, you're doing a super serious thing, you're fighting back against a serious thing, but at the same time, like, this is actually what real like fighting back looks like, is being able to make some good fucking jokes.
Yeah.
Understand too that like gallows humor is the way we're going to win this, because you know what? Being able to make some jokes at our own expense, maybe, having a little bit of a noose around our neck is going to save our ass. Because, at the end of the day, like, these guys have no joy. For me, I came to this because music was my joy. Activism is my joy. If you're going to have a true, like, change, a true, let's say, revolution, and I'm not talking about some fucking guns with a bunch of dudes with communist stars. I'm talking about the true change that we all know has to happen in our gut. That isn't going to happen unless we have some fun. That's where music comes into it. That's where comedy comes into it. That's where being able to say, wow, I just got a taser pulled on me by a dude who looks like a fucking leprechaun ripoff with a cheap bulletproof vest on. And man, I think I could have punted him across the road. Like, it's that kind of thing. Sure. Like, I don't know, true resistance to this bullshit, to the fascist shit, is in that momentary joy. Whether that's in a studio, whether that's laughing at a comedy show where you're sitting there feeling selfish, you're giving something to people. And that's the goal, right? Like, ultimately, any of the art we do is an expression of us giving back.
If we start guillotining billionaires, book me for that. I want to be the comedian for the guillotine.
I will straight up come out of retirement to DJ that gig. I will come out of retirement to DJ that gig.
Absolutely. Live podcast.
We'll troll.
It's just happening behind us. Yeah.
like the public and national convention.
these guys on the other side, a big problem too is they don't have a sense of humor. They don't have humility. They grew up like just being abused.
Sexually
they do, though.
repressed
That's
ear
our-
weirdos.
Yeah,
That's how
yeah,
they grew up.
yes,
Sexually
yes.
repressed fucking weirdos
Yes,
by
dude.
Puritan bullshit, right? Like
Yes.
these are literal Nazis. So let's be real about it. They're joyless sacks of shit. And like the way you beat a joyless sack of shit is you actually have a fucking soul and you crack a smile once in a while. You already beat them.
That infuriates them. Like
They can't do it.
the prototype of like a Karen, right? Like you smile at someone that's yelling at you, you win.
Every time.
I smile
Every
and wave
time.
when people scream at me in traffic.
Yeah.
I know
of
it
the-
pisses me off. I might be a Nazi, so I don't know.
No, see, that's the thing though. Like
I
this
might
is
go
that
full Kanye
game.
here.
This is that game though, right? Like, and for me, I mean, my responses are nightmare fuel on social media because I piss everyone off, and it's
Yeah.
a unique skill that I've honed, I guess, over years of doing this. Because like, ultimately, the reality is one thing. We all want it to be 19. It's one. And most people don't like it when you force them to make a decision to either choose the truth or the easy route. And like, you guys look through my blue sky.
Yeah.
I literally have people routinely tell me that this factual thing that happened, like literally hundreds of millions of people, didn't happen because if it did, that means X, Y, and Z would have to.
Yes.
And it's like, I get it. You wanted the 80-year-old man who wasn't orange and fascist, just kind of semi-genocidal and fascist. But he's sundown. He's not coming back. It's over. You're not going to get him back by arguing about what the fuck is actually happening in front of you. Please stop. And like, that's my life right now, right? So I like routinely will get someone who's just like, well, but you can't actually be doing genocide if, and it's like, oh, you've stepped 3 steps past a place where you should have actually thought about turning the fuck around and hightailing it out of the conversation. Because the minute you step past genocide,
Yeah.
you've opened yourself up to something that like you're not going to come back from. It's the same thing that happened. Like I'm a history dork. I read and watch a lot of history. So like one of my favorite things to do is watch people get confronted about apartheid, right? As apartheid. And watching them like short the fuck out when they realize that's dead. Your ideology's fake. And you're a lying white supremacist on national TV.
Speaking of lying
It's
white
amazing.
supremacists, you mentioned Mayor Jacob Fry a few times. you mentioned Jacob
I
Fry.
am not going to argue that. Actually,
Have you
I did.
had
Definitely lies. I
have
don't
you
know if
had
that's
online run-ins or even in-person run-ins with Jacob?
So the mayor years ago on Twitter got into it with me, and he realized very quickly that I really, like, as much as I'm willing to like give people a whole bunch of room to try and explain the position, if your position isn't actually real, it's you saying one thing and then saying another that pushes that next thing away or back or to the side, and you're employing kind of rhetorical tricks. I get pretty angry at that, especially if you're an elected official who we all
Yeah, I don't know that. It's funny that you say that because I literally am like, when did I stop trusting people?
No, that's
that we
actually a
elect?
really good question. Like when
'Cause I definitely don't feel that way about
no,
anyone.
and like for Fry, I haven't trusted Fry since before the uprising after the murder of George Floyd, even. But that really solidified it for me. And I
Yeah.
have had a couple run-ins, but you know, he's got such a fucking McKinsey contractor vibe that it's like you don't want to be around it too long because you feel oily.
Oh.
And it's kind of like being around when someone's spraying hairspray. You just feel kind of got something on you that's gross. And
It's a bad time to say that we're giving away sauna trips with Mayor Fry.
No, that's dope. That's not like. Hopefully, the sauna doesn't make you like sticky at the end. But
That's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
no, it's really weird though, because like he wants to be this thing and he just can't be because like he's so beholden to something that we don't fully understand yet. Whether that's some kind of monetary interest, whether that's some kind of like money that the city set
Yeah.
aside. I just don't know.
Feels like it's the police. I don't know that that's fair,
Well,
but that's really what it always
But
feels
that's
like
the
to me.
thing, right? Like if you control the cops, you
like
control the future.
Yeah.
Some sort of dark magic wizard that animates mannequins.
You wanted to be a real boy, now you must do our bidding.
Turn me back.
That would probably be a better mayor.
Don't make me come palms up. Are you doing something? I feel like you're making a creation because you're laughing
This
at
is
something.
uncomfortable. I can already tell.
It's not a creation, but it's funny.
Okay.
What you got?
So I chat GPT describe the mayor of Minneapolis in the style of Dr. Seuss.
Oh, I love
And
this.
it's like in the city up
Fuck.
north where the winter gets bull lives a friar names a mayor named Friar that's pronounced Friar like I'm told. And it just keeps going.
Oh, that's
But I'm having fun with it. He
Bars.
listens, he
It's
tries to, he
interesting to know how
speaks
it's-
quite a lot. He balances pressure, but both cold and quite hot. I don't
ChatGPT sounds a little politicized.
know.
Sounds woke.
yeah.
Yeah.
Left wing.
Might be clear in those taxes. Let's trim. Let's find ways to thrive when the forecast is grim. We'll build up the future with balance and care and maybe a budget, though. Finally fair.
Hey, we killed the rainforest for that, so we're
Yeah,
gonna use
we're
that
gonna-
as
Literally,
content. That's
you
content
just
for us.
boiled
Copy and paste
100
that.
liters
going
of
up on the
water for
Patreon.
that.
That's going on the Patreon.
We'll read
Yep,
it. We'll
you
do a
just
dual read.
you just
Sure.
boiled so many fucking fish.
Totally
for
worth
that.
it. I don't give a fuck. That's Jacob Fry's fault. That's not our fault.
No,
No, that
Allegedly.
actually is Jacob Fry.
Allegedly.
That is his
Directly
too.
his fault. Yeah.
Okay, I feel like we're kind of at a
Can we talk about AI real quick with Carl?
sure.
Because
I'm about to beat the fuck out of that thing. You
Yeah, I
just
know. I was
said.
like, this might not be the segue, but let's go for it.
well, just because you're again, you talk about AI online,
Yeah.
and your displeasure of it.
Nah, so for me, like,
Neil's trolling ass.
it's accurate.
Yeah.
No, it like so. I don't know. It's one of those things. I'm an anti-fascist. I'm a fucking Luddite. Like I will be the first to admit it. AI, the generative AI large language model thing that we're experiencing right now is bullshit. I'm sorry to burst everyone's bubble. It's not thinking. Doesn't have a brain. Doesn't have a soul. Doesn't have a conscience. It's a shitty autocorrect with larger functions. And so for me, like I came into it kind of with that attitude years ago where it was just like, this thing seems like bullshit and a bunch of people trying to rob us by saying that like my Etch-a-Sketch is thinking. And so that's only gotten more so, especially as we've understood what's gone on in Silicon Valley. And so like right now, I think one of the most untalked about things in all of politics and like the broader problems we have right now is the fact that like we have a bunch of the wealthiest people on the planet who are funding what can only be seen as a reactionary movement and an increasingly fascist movement that wants to make us all fucking serfs to like Peter Thiel and Elon Musk so they can go fuck robots or whatever it is and have thousands of kids on Mars. And yeah, we're just in a weird place
wanna
where a
talk
bunch of
about the
white
Mars
folks are freaked out enough
Yeah.
that they're like talking openly about fucking computers to have white power babies in space. Like we're in a weird place right now. And like Silicon Valley and AI is the actual face of like, as much as I joke around, something really fucked up, right? Like this is an attack on our ability to actually like think as people and be humans in the way that we are, and like really rely on the thing that we've been given, which is our fucking brain.
It is interesting. I really do feel like this is all a ploy just so rich people can go to Mars. I don't disagree with you in any way,
Yeah.
shape, like to leave the planet. And I'm like, just go.
Yeah, go.
I don't
Let
really
him
understand
go.
what you're
Well,
waiting
I think
for.
the problem is they actually can't and they know it.
Yeah.
So like the reality is all of this is bullshit to try and make them feel safe on a planet that they've essentially murdered,
Yeah,
full
it's
of people
been
that
dead.
they've
Yeah, we're fucked.
robbed. And like they're continuing to rob blind while telling us that like that piss is actually rain. Like this is them starting to safety blanket themselves, right? Why do you think they're all building bunkers? These dudes are freaked
Yeah,
out.
Zuckerberg.
Well, all of them, right? And
Yeah.
so like the thing is though, AI is this push to like basically be able to financialize and consumerize our creativity as a species, right? Like it's predicated on plagiarizing every written word ever put. So we just start with the premise that like anything you've ever written ever, whether that's a book, a shitty blog post, some really funny joke that like died on Facebook 20 years ago.
An obscure poem about the mayor of Minneapolis.
Yeah.
I
It's
got one
all-
about him too.
It's all there, right? And so like for me, I just look at it where it's like the reality is that's a way to extract our wealth, not just like cash, but like our human wealth,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah, that sucks.
it's an evil technology in my mind. I don't actually use the word evil very often because I feel like it's kind of one of those, okay, well, yeah, okay, bullshit. But like truly, this is one of those few technologies where it's like, this is evil. It's like sucking our humanity out and letting a computer proxy it. And that's just a really uncomfortable place for us as a species, right? Like
Google Photo is pretty sick.
I mean, I can get Bing to make me a picture of fucking Mickey Mouse shooting up a fucking high school, and that's great. But like,
Idea for
what good?
Camden,
Yeah, Bing will do it for you.
Wait, what are we doing here?
Shout out, Bing.
Bing,
You know,
and Mickey Mouse High
Why
School.
don't you take a break?
I also would not put that in your search bar.
Listen, you know, you're talking about someone kicking the door down 20 years ago. That might happen right now, which is good for you.
Actually, it's two Disney attorneys with an AR-15 show up.
I cannot use Moana in this way.
Yeah,
They
you're
wrote,
wasting water. We need to drink, so back off. No,
but
it's
they
really.
wrote you a story too by Dr. Seuss as well. I'll put it on Canva. I'll put it on Facebook.
Yeah,
again.
do it. No, that's for me. Like AI is inherently just this really authoritarian, really dark.
You mean all of AI, or do you mean generative AI?
I mean purely the generative AI we understand like has shitty writing
Like
prompts. Yeah, ChatGPT, you're fucking Grammarly.
Yeah.
The auto spell correct on your phone.
Sometimes I push back against the idea that AI inherently is. I think we are evil people. We use
we
it for,
encode our
but
shit,
we
right?
make the
But
thing.
like,
So it's like,
yeah.
yeah, I guess it could
No,
be.
but like generative AI is really bad, and like then you have the
Yeah, I'm
other
talking
side,
about.
which is like Clearview, like Clearview AI, which is facial recognition software.
Yeah, also bad.
and that was designed by a bunch of Nazis
Right.
expressly to quote codify brown people and minorities so we can keep them quote in line.
Which, if that is what you have to do to be able to tell us apart, so be it. Okay, I'm just saying. I've been fucking I've been fucking confused for other black men for so.
How would I be codified, dude? It's just a howdy doody doll fucking pops up.
Now you and I think we actually get the Andy treatment. They just put a nice
that's
little
hilarious.
Sharpie on the sole of our foot, right? Like, isn't that how this works? Like,
That's hilarious.
Names on our shoe.
Throw 'em in the bucket.
Yep.
That's
Over there.
very funny.
But that's the thing. Like, it's really like technology is a reflection of the people who build it in a part.
That is yes.
And
I love
and
that.
like the problem is the people who built generative AI literally think that we all should serve them so
Yes.
they can suck their dick in a circle while the sun goes up, right? Like, and
Their
so they
own
can
Borealis.
sun their taint on the beaches of Tahiti. Like, this is the crew. Like, we've
That's
abandoned.
Bohemian Grove, dude.
But really quick, what if AI was like calling you? Is oh, what a wonderful, oh, what a delight, a brain full of brilliance, a radiant light with quirks that are quick.
Please stop reading whatever that is because it's terrible.
I know.
With
I-
quirks that are quick.
I know, dude. I just keep putting in Dr. Seuss because he's my favorite author. If you could tell. Anyway,
Nothing wrong with that. Big to admit it.
Dr. Seuss and Nazi too?
I'm not gonna say nothing wrong with Dr.
Yeah,
Seuss. I used to have a
wasn't
podcast
he
that we
all-
talk about it.
it was all about a time, you know.
He had weird sexual things too.
Oh.
Hey, do you want to close down? Or should we get into? I don't know. What do you want to do
You
here?
want to go troll back?
Yeah.
Troll
So,
back.
well, yeah.
Carl, would you come back on in the future?
Absolutely. And hopefully, we don't have to have a pushing match with federal fucking officials beforehand. Actually, you know what? Fuck that. Maybe we do.
Yeah,
It seems
unfortunately,
like
that's
this might
always going to
actually
be a part
good
of
thing.
it for you. I'm
You
like,
know,
hey, did
honestly,
you
it
get
might
tased
be
recently?
good,
Come
yeah.
on the pod.
Yeah, anytime. Oh, I'll be on every 2 weeks in this city going forward.
You're like, yo, do you guys not know what my kink is?
Yeah. Because with this being a sanctuary city, this is only the
Oh, this
beginning.
is just how
Yeah.
this is going to be. Like,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
thing is, like, going back to what ICE did, like, they also announced that this is part of the new task force that they've announced for, like, sanctuary cities. new jurisdictions or whatever the fuck they're calling them. And so yeah, this is going to be the beginning of something, probably not a one-off. And I assume too, like from what they've said, you know, the terror, like the goal is to terrorize us, and they're going to turn that up to 10. And that also though is really easy to beat because the way you're not like if you go out with a bunch of people and you tell a cop that he's not going to have a good day if he continues in the route he's going. Feels pretty good later in the day when you're just like, man, I let a cop know to his face that he fucking sucks in a profound way and his children hate him and he'll probably die alone. That feels very good later in the day, right?
Yes.
Like there's this nice little just shining moment of like, man, that guy had a big gun and he couldn't do shit about it because frankly, if he does, he loses. Like it's the ultimate troll game in certain ways. And as a white guy, I guess that's kind of in us forever. But like when it's a guys with guns, against
is it in you?
What is?
You better be on the front lines. You with him now?
I'll be with Carl.
Fuck.
Carl,
Yeah,
let me know.
I
meet you
will.
there.
I will. No,
Hi, I'm looking for my friend Karl.
I don't know this dude. I don't know who the fuck this guy is.
It's like he might have told you you're a sexist loser.
Carl,
whose
you did
kids
my
hate him.
podcast.
This is this is the one yelling that your mother really fucking sucks. I don't know, man.
I'll
Like
bring my mom. That'd
Bring
be great.
Pearl.
Yeah.
you actually that is
Bro, you need
actually
to move back.
What's a flashbang?
she'd win. She'd win. Honestly, like that's the kind of shit. Like it's really weird. Like you bring an 85-year-old woman out who's like kind of not with it. She's gonna be the one who's like, nope, you go over there right now. No, you go over there right now. Oh, is that a tear gas can? You put that in water right now to put it out. And you're just like,
Yeah.
what has happened? You were yelling about someone's hearing aids like 45 minutes ago.
Pearl solved racism. What the fuck?
Did Pearl just hand a cop a
Pearl
Pepsi?
topples.
Did Pearl just hand a cop a Pepsi? What the fuck is this? Yeah, no, absolutely. I'll come back anytime.
We can do our troll back.
Troll
So
back.
This is what we do. We take one comment you've received, and we write.
Did you find one?
We found one, but if you, we'll improv one.
You surprised me.
I do think this is someone who maybe is technically you're on. I thought this was a interesting one.
Oh yeah, no, politics on Blue Sky just means it's a bunch of guys on the same side with machetes aiming at each other a lot of the time. So I get it.
So what we do here is we defend your honor, okay? And we wrote a response to this. You get to vote, whichever one you like best. We will post.
Oh God, yes, I might have to hire you to write things for my fucking account.
We'll see. I don't know. This is so yeah.
This one, yeah. Ron J says Saturday protests are dumb AF. No one wants to sacrifice shit. Look to other countries to see how they do it.
That was you were talking about protesting and all this stuff, and then this just felt like a side of being like protesting on a Saturday is for a week. So it was like, oh, okay, this is interesting. Did you write one for this?
Yeah, I did.
You want to go first? You want me
Yeah,
to go
I
first?
said, Gucci, bro. I'll see you in the camps.
yeah.
That's fucking strong. I'm gonna just come out of the gate. That's strong.
Succinct, that's nice. That's powerful.
It's a very nice short. Fuck you. I appreciate that.
I wrote. I would look at what other countries are doing, but I can't because Congress has passed a bill making it illegal to use Wi-Fi while we were arguing about which days are okay to protest. Side note, I agree Saturdays are for the boys.
Fuck, those are both really good. I'm going with number one. I have to just because that's it's a solid drop
It was
kick.
good.
It's
Hey,
a
it was
solid
pretty good.
drop kick to some asshole.
I love
That's our
that.
first troll back in a while.
It
Let's
is.
go.
And frankly, I need you both probably to give me some prompts because I'm running low at this point.
Yeah, fuck AI. You can just come to your boys. Over there.
Frankly, that's
responses, Carl.
this is what we
you.
call praxis, boys and girls. Is get your local comedians to help you out when you're going against assholes.
Can you use
online.
AI to figure out what praxis is?
Yeah,
All right,
prax-
thank you so much. No, I'm just kidding.
You'll
Carl,
figure
where
it
can
out.
people find you if you want them to find you online?
I'm on Blue Sky at Brain Not On Yet because frankly it's shocking when it is. But yeah, you can find me there. I do sometimes I have my own show with a couple other people, and that's called Did Nothing Wrong Live. You can find us both on YouTube and other places.
Cool.
Podcast. And yeah, so like find me on Blue Sky because generally I don't. I'm
Oh,
too
yeah.
old.
Yeah.
He's too old.
Done with it.
Yep.
Michael?
At Just Mike Lester on all social media, Eau Claire, Wisconsin at the end of the month, as well as Fargo, North Dakota, headlining all those shows. If you have member guest privileges at any country club in the continental United States, hit me up. I would love to play there.
Yeah.
I'm bold and I'm here for it.
So funny. This will come on next week. So I will be in Cincinnati next week, opening for Kelsey Cook. If you want to come to the Funny Bone in Cincinnati, I will be at the Parkway June 21st. If you want to catch me there, I got some fun stuff in July. I'm co-headlining Comedy Corner Underground with Sam Evans, 18th and 19th, and I will be at Acme Comedy Company July 2nd through the 5th with bunch of other funny comedians, and you should check us out there. And just follow me on YouTube, follow me on everywhere at Shaq Catster and everything. I'm releasing a special in August, and you should check that out.
Neil, what do you got?
Neil Face on Instagram. You can check out the music on Seven Swords. And then Slam Academy. I'm like, I need to have a little prompt. But yeah,
So
Slam
he's-
Academy. Thank you for the plays. I appreciate y'all. Oh, and I'll be in Eau Claire, Wisconsin this week when this comes out. Come and
Plug
check us
my
out.
show, Neil.
Yeah, I'll plug his show.
You're at
Check
the
me
same
out.
venue,
And
Neil.
at the same one in Eau Claire I'm really bad at this. I don't have
All right,
great
you're
memory.
doing great, buddy.
You're doing great,
So
dude.
I'm going to be in Milwaukee at the Lana, and then Eclair at the Pulse on the 13th and 14th. Come out and see me DJ and do mushroom stuff. Bye.
Oh yeah. And as always, you can go to hell. Hit him with it, Carl. Hit him with one.
Hit him with the
Boom.
hot two.
Bam.
Boom.
Bam.
Bam.
You gotta pay the troll toll to get in.